In the dense, mist-covered forests of Japan, where ancient trees towered and the air was thick with the whisper of centuries-old traditions, the bee held a sacred place in the hearts and minds of the people. The bees, with their delicate wings and industrious nature, were seen not just as creatures of nature, but as messengers of the gods and ancestral spirits. These small, seemingly inconspicuous insects were believed to carry messages between the mortal world and the divine, acting as intermediaries that bridged the realms of the living and the dead. In Japanese folklore, bees were more than just pollinators. They were sacred beings that could carry prayers to the gods and bring the wisdom of ancestors to the living. The deep reverence for bees can be traced to the ancient Shinto beliefs that permeated every aspect of Japanese life. In Shintoism, nature itself is sacred, and every living being, from the towering mountains to the tiniest insect, is imbued with spiritual significance. The bee, in this belief system, was thought to be a carrier of divine messages, a spirit that flew between the worlds of the living and the spirits of the ancestors. This idea is beautifully illustrated in various Japanese myths, where bees are depicted as sacred creatures that could bring blessings or warnings, depending on the messages they carried. One such legend tells of a time when a powerful clan was searching for guidance from their ancestors. After a period of great hardship, a swarm of bees appeared in the clan's sacred grove, circling around the sacred shrine where offerings to the spirits were made. The bees, as if sensing the clan's desperation, gathered around the shrine and hummed a gentle, almost melodic tune. The elders, recognizing the divine presence of the bees, interpreted this as a message from the spirits of their ancestors. The bees' appearance was seen as a sign that the ancestors were watching over the clan, offering protection and guidance through troubled times. The bees, in this story, became a living link between the physical world and the spirit world, a tangible reminder that the wisdom and protection of the past were always present, waiting to be called upon when needed. In many parts of Japan, it was believed that the spirits of ancestors could take the form of bees and fly between the realms of the living and the dead. The buzzing of bees, especially around certain sacred sites, was often interpreted as a sign that the spirits were nearby, offering protection, guidance, and blessings to the living. This connection between bees and ancestral spirits was further solidified by the belief that honey, the product of bees, had the power to preserve memory and continuity, not just in the physical world, but also in the spiritual realm. Honey was seen as a substance that could carry the essence of the past into the present, keeping the memories of the ancestors alive and ensuring their guidance was never lost. The power of honey in Japanese folklore was not only linked to memory, but to continuity itself. Honey, with its ability to last for centuries without spoiling, became a symbol of the eternal nature of the spirit world. Just as honey could be stored for long periods without losing its potency, the wisdom and protection of the ancestors were seen as eternal, always available to those who sought it. In times of hardship, families would keep jars of honey in their homes as a reminder of the spiritual continuity that connected them to their forebears. The honey represented the presence of the ancestors, whose spirits were believed to live on through the actions and memories of their descendants. In more practical terms, honey in Japan was used for its healing properties, just as it was in many other cultures. It was known for its ability to soothe sore throats, heal wounds, and promote overall health. Honey's natural antibacterial properties made it a powerful remedy in a world where modern medicine was still far off. In addition to its healing power, honey was also considered a food of purity, capable of cleansing the body and spirit. This purity was tied to the bee's connection with the divine and ancestral realms, reinforcing the idea that honey was a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds. In Japanese culture, bees and honey also symbolize the interconnectedness of all life. The bees, in their constant labor, were seen as a model for human perseverance and dedication. Just as bees tirelessly work to collect nectar and produce honey, humans were encouraged to honor their ancestors, maintain their spiritual practices, and live in harmony with nature. The bees' role as messengers from the gods and ancestors reminded the people of the importance of honoring the past, maintaining continuity, and keeping the wisdom of previous generations alive. Today, the symbolism of honey and bees in Japanese culture continues to resonate. The reverence for nature and the belief in the interconnectedness of all things is still central to many spiritual practices. Honey, in its purest form, is still cherished as a sacred food, a symbol of continuity, memory, and divine protection. The connection between bees and ancestral spirits is still honored in many rituals and ceremonies, where the presence of bees is seen as a sign that the spirits are near, offering their wisdom and guidance to those who seek it. From a scientific perspective, the symbolism of honey as a substance that preserves memory and continuity is rooted in its unique ability to resist spoilage. Honey's low moisture content and high acidity create an environment in which bacteria and other microorganisms cannot thrive, making it one of the few foods that can last indefinitely without spoiling. This preservation power, coupled with its natural sweetness, makes honey a perfect metaphor for the eternal nature of memory and spirit. Just as honey can preserve the essence of the past, it serves as a reminder that the wisdom and protection of our ancestors are never truly gone. They are always with us, preserved in the stories, rituals, and practices we continue to honor. In this way, honey becomes more than just a natural substance. It becomes a symbol of the eternal connection between the physical and spiritual worlds, a bridge that spans the generations and keeps the wisdom of the past alive. The bees, messengers of the gods and ancestors, continue to remind us of the importance of memory, continuity, and honoring the spirits who came before us. Honey, in all its golden sweetness, remains a sacred food that carries within it the essence of life, death, and rebirth, a symbol of the ever-present connection between the living and the dead, the divine and the mortal.